Dude, what's going on, man? It's Logan, aka Pittsburgh Jit. And in today's video, I figured I'd give you the top 5 meta loadouts here in Season 5 of Warzone. I've been trying to keep you guys informed with the current meta as the year goes on, and I hope that continues. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video, man. I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Alright, guys, so starting off with my perks and equipment. For my tactical, I always run smoke grenades. Like, literally always run smoke grenades. It's instantaneous cover at all times, and especially if you're playing in the squad, it's just the best way to go, in my opinion. But you could also run stims, especially in Resurgence. If you're kind of a movement demon, it regens your health as you're sprinting around, and it gives you a little bit of movement speed, just a little bit, but it's viable in my opinion. And then for my lethal, I always run thermites for BR. And throwing knives for Resurgence. Throwing knives are instant finishes, especially in Resurgence. Um, if you down an enemy, you could easily just finish them with a throwing knife and get the minimap pings. And then for BR, I run thermites because there's a lot of riot shielders out there. And if you stick them with a thermite, they're instantly dead. I used to run thermobaric grenades, but I do not anymore. They got nerfed heavy in the most recent update. So no to thermobaric grenades, that's for sure. Thermites are better. And then for my perk packages, I have two. Um, I run for BR, I run Mountaineer, Double Time, Quick Fix, and Flex. Mountaineer because you fall from higher heights without taking damage. I mean, that's just essential in my opinion. Like if you're on top of a building and you see a guy below you, you can fall to the ground, maybe bunny hop, and kill them without taking any damage or little to no damage. Double time in BR, especially on Urzikstan or Big Map, because you want to run and refresh your tac sprint as much as possible so that you can glide around the map faster. I run Quick Fix for perk slot 3 over Tempered because if you're out in the open and you're getting shot and they're taking down your health a little bit, like they take your plates out and they take a little bit of, you take a little bit of damage to your health. You instantly regen your health from a kill, or if you're behind cover, you plate up once and you instantly regen your health again. So quick fix for that reason. And then lastly, for perk slot 4, for BR, I run flex because it reduces combat noise, so you can hear footsteps quicker or better, and it delays triggered explosives from while sprinting. So if somebody's ratted in a corner or like in a building and they have claymores down or proximity mines, whatever, you can run right by them and kill them without taking any damage or little to no damage like quick fix. Um, in my opinion, flex is the best. It is so nice, man, so nice. But for resurgence or ranked resurgence, I run Mountaineer as my perk slot 4 or perk slot 1, like I said. I run Sleight of Hand so I can reload quicker. Tempered over Quick Fix in Resurgence because you want to plate up as quick as possible. Um, and Tempered allows you to do that. You only have to put 2 plates in max. And then High Alert for perk slot 4 because Resurgence is a smaller map usually. And if you have High Alert on, it's easier to sense where people are and teams are with High Alert. That's just those two perk slot 4s, High Alert and Flex, in my opinion, are the only 2 perks you should be running that are necessities in Warzone. But yeah, on to the loadouts, guys. Alright, guys, so starting off the loadouts, loadout number 5, we have the infamous Car 98. It's kind of good, you know, you might have heard about it in Season 4, but all jokes aside, I run the Sonic Suppressor L to stay off the minimap, and it increases your bullet velocity and damage range pretty drastically. I mean, your bullet velocity is almost 926 meters per second, which is really good, and your effective damage range is almost 76 meters. So that's it got nerfed in Season 4 Reloaded, but it wasn't touched in Season 5. So I think that's what makes this one of the best guns in the game, is that it's been good for a while and they haven't nerfed it in Season 5. But then we have the Precision Jewer 7.62 long barrel to maximize the bullet velocity and damage range again. The high grain rounds for more bullet velocity and damage range. And then just a note, these three attachments, the sonic suppressor, the long barrel, and the high grain, are essential for the build. Like, you need these three attachments to maximize your bullet velocity and damage range. But these two attachments, the Razorhawk Laser Light and the SPX, are just personal preference. Like, you could run whatever optic you feel comfortable with, like the Forge Tac Delta or the Intless, or the Range Collar, whatever you want. But yeah, the Razorhawk Laser Light for the sprint to fire and ADS speed, and it also increases your aim walking steadiness. You could run the FSS Ole V laser, but it doesn't increase your ADS and sprint to fire speed as much. And then yeah, like I said, I run the SPX with the high Senpai blueprint for the pink reticle. It's kind of pay to win, but it is what it is. I bought it anyway. I really don't care. I find it to be better with the pink reticle. And then I pair that up with the Reclaimer 18, aka the Spaz 12. I think this is the most underrated gun in the game. Like, you can actually kill people using meta SMGs like the Superi, the Static HV, and the FJX Horus. You can two-tap people with this gun. It's kind of nuts, but anyway, I run the Bryson Choke muzzle for the tighter pellet spread and the tack stance spread. I run the Discourager heavy barrel to maximize your bullet velocity and range. And then the Bruin Bastion angled grip for the tack stance and hipfire spread. The Haste XV grip tape for the tack stance spread and sprint to fire speed. And the no stock, which the no stock increases your ADS and sprint to fire speed, and just overall increases your movement speed tenfold. You could take off the underbarrel and put on Dragon's Breath if you really want the damage and you want to like cause your enemies to go into like psychosis, but I prefer the angled grip just for the tack stance spread, because I do run this gun in tack stance. And then for loadout number 4, we have the Holger 26, which actually got nerfed. I'll show that on screen, but it got nerfed in the most recent update, but barely. I have the new Quartermaster suppressor on here. It's a suppressor you stay off the minimap, and it decreases your recoil like crazy. Like, your horizontal recoil is reduced by 23% with a little penalty to your ADS and sprint to fire speed, but this is basically the new Jack BFB from previous seasons. I mean, it's insane. And it's a suppressor. Like I said, you stay off the minimap, so that's even better. But I have that. I have the Holger factory barrel for the more bullet velocity and range and a little bit of recoil control. The paracord grip, the new underbarrel that has no cons and decreases your horizontal recoil like crazy, with even an increase to your sprint to fire speed, which is really nice. I run the high grain rounds. You could run high velocity if you want for more bullet velocity, but it takes away from your effective damage range, so that's why I keep the high grain on instead. And then I have the Ascent Lord stock for more recoil control. But if you wanted to, you could take off the stock and put on the Jack Glassless if you want a more clear, sight with or like an optic in general. But that's up to you. And then I pair that up with the MCW Jack Raven kit, turns it into an SMG. I've posted this in previous videos. I love this gun, but I have a new setup for it with the Quartermaster suppressor. I used to run the Zeman compensated flash hider, but I like the Quartermaster better because you stay off the minimap and it's not as bouncy. And then I run the second line Mammoth heavy barrel. for more bullet velocity and range, and even a little bit of movement speed, like not too much, but a little bit. I run the DR6 hand stop for ADS speed, aim walking speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed. And then lastly, the 40 round mag, which you can't get anything above a 40 round mag, unfortunately, but it puts out plenty of damage within the 40 round mag, so that it is what it is. And then for loading number 3, we have the SVA, which got buffed in the recent update. But yeah, I run the sonic suppressor. I run the STV precision barrel for more bullet velocity and damage range, with a little bit of recoil control, even though when you put it in burst fire, which I do, it has literally zero recoil, like none. And then I run the high grain rounds for more bullet velocity and damage range. 60 round mag, but you could run the 45 if you really want to. And then I run the Corio Eagle's Eye 2.5x optic. Just personal preference with optics, but you could run the glassless if you wanted. You could even run the Nadar model if you really wanted. But yeah, I pair that up with another underrated gun. The WSP Stingers, like these things are insane. From up close, I run the breacher device for the hipfire and tac stance spread. The Hiss short light barrel for damage range and bullet velocity, really. The high grain rounds for more bullet velocity and damage range. 32 round mag is the max, but it's plenty in akimbo. And then, yes, of course, the akimbo is what makes it what it is. And then for loading number 2, this gun got buffed in the recent update, the MTZ 556. This thing is insane. Like, it shoots so quick with a over 1,000 meter per second bullet velocity, and yes, I have the quartermaster suppressor on there, the clinch pro barrel for bullet velocity, damage range, aiming idle sway, and firing aim stability. The paracord grip, the new grip I mentioned. The high velocity, I rock high velocity to maximize the bullet velocity, because with the high grain you get more range and bullet velocity, but it hurts your recoil a little bit. So I like the high velocity for that reason. It gives you just an insane bullet velocity. And then lastly, the 50 round drum, which is kind of essential. This gun shoots so fast that you need the 50 round. But if you really wanted to, you could probably take off the paracord grip and put on the Jag glassless if you wanted an optic, or take off the paracord grip and put on the close quarters assault stock. But I like this build. I've been rocking it for a little bit, and I do enjoy this gun for sure. And then I pair that up with the new SMG that I just leveled up yesterday, the Static HV. This thing has the fastest sprint to fire speed I've ever seen, like literally 84 milliseconds sprint to fire. That is crazy, dude. But yeah, I got the quartermaster suppressor, the auger light barrel for ADS, sprint to fire, and movement speed, really. The paracord grip again, the Nadar model, because the iron sights are kind of hideous. Like, if somebody drop shots you while you're aiming down sights, you're basically a goner. You're screwed. And then the light stock for the aim walking speed, sprint speed, movement speed, and ADS speed. But yeah, on to the final meta loadout, man. The number one loadout, in my opinion, for both Resurgence and BR. The STG and the Superi 46. This build for the STG is personal preference, but I found this to be the best build. I got the quartermaster suppressor on there again, the Heinrichter long barrel to maximize the bullet velocity and range, which this thing's up to over 1150 velo, 1150 meters per second velo. That's crazy. But if you wanted to, you could probably put on the 792 barrel, or even the Crux heavy barrel. but I wanted to maximize the damage range and bullet velocity with little penalty to your sprint to fire speed. I run the Jack Glassless because the optic or the iron sights aren't good at all. The combo stock for more recoil control and firing aim stability. And then I run the 40 round mag, not the 50, because with sleight of hand, especially in Resurgence, because I've been playing a little bit of ranked. The 40 round, you just reload so quick. The 50 round's a little more taxing, like a 20% increase to your reload quickness. I just found the 40 round to be fine because the damage output is insane. And then yes, I pair that up with the Superior 46, still, in my opinion, the best SMG. Yeah, you could use the static and say it's the best, but because they have to buff or they have to make brand new guns the best guns, but nevertheless, I use the Superior. I like the feel of it, and like I said, I've been playing a little bit of ranked, and I found this to be the best build. The Quartermaster Suppressor. You could run the Flash Hider still if you really want, but it hurts your bullet velocity a little bit. And the Quartermaster Suppressor has better recoil control, more bullet velocity allowed, and it's a suppressor so you stay off the minimap. The short barrel for sprint to fire, ADS speed, and movement speed. The XRK Edge BW4 hand stop for aim locking speed, movement speed, ADS speed, and sprint to fire speed. The 40 round mag, which is the max. It's been like this for since it came out, but is what it is. 40 rounds plenty. And then the Rescue 9 stock, which drastically increases your attack sprint and sprint speed, and your movement speed is a lot better too. You could run the Jack Cutthroat with the the light barrel for the aim locking speed. I've tried that, but I found this to be the best build overall. So yeah. But yeah, guys, that concludes my top 5 meta loadouts here in Season 5. I'm going to be getting some gameplays in, especially with the STG and the Superi, and maybe a little bit of ranked gameplay as well. I've been playing a little bit of Rebirth lately, and I've started to enjoy it again. But yeah, thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch my video, man. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.